Hello, this is ETA Nick, or you can call me Nick. This is the first time you see me in front of the camera, and I just want to say thank you for all the people that watch my video and comment on my videos. A big shout out to, of course, Gary and Mehdi, probably my two biggest viewers. Thanks, friends. What can I say? It's been a lot of fun so far shooting a lot of these videos and post them on YouTube to share my joy of the hobby with other collectors. And it's very gratifying for me that the top videos that I have that people seem to enjoy to watch the most is the grading tutorial and my most important comic book and story. At the end of the day, we're all very different in what we love, as far as titles, characters, artists. But the one thing that most of us have in common is the love of comic books and why we were drawn to the medium years ago, decades ago. So it's fun. To me, it's gratifying that the popular videos that I posted center around that issues instead of like what's the best book I own or what's my favorite artist. No big deal. I think as collectors, it's hard for us to not understand why someone don't love what we love. We're trying to think. I think it's human to want others to love the same thing that we love, but that's life. We're all different, so no biggie. For this video, I want to center on something kind of fun. I was born in November 1966, so one of the few things that I did years ago was trying to buy some comic books or research about comic books that were published at the time that I was born. It's neat, and I think I will put a link below so that for those that's interested in finding out what they do, what books were published when they were born, they can do the same thing. But I thought it was interesting to do that, and over the years I kept my eyes out for those books because it's just one of those few little thing that I like to collect. Let's see, so you can see it, but in November of 1966, this issue was published. Pretty neat. And for the X-Men fan out there, the intro of Banshee. This one, November 1966. Pretty neat, beautiful copy. So I have a few other ones. For example, like this store, which you may have seen in other video, that was also November 66. There were quite a few other books that I didn't have a chance to pull up for this video, but probably one of the key book, I guess, if you want to look at it that way, is this one. It's Detective 359. This one, of course, came out in November 1966. It's my copy. Not the best of shape, but everything looked good in Milo, right? And last but not least is probably the worst condition of books I have. That is November 1966, but it's probably my treasure. Outside of Iron Man 150, which is the most important books, my first book that I bought ever, this one is most likely the second most important book. This book right here. It is Fantastic Four 59. It looked good, but I think it's hard to tell. The book have heavy water damage. The bottom staple has rusted, and I basically peel it off and throw it away because the rust was gonna eat into the paper. So it's best to get rid of it instead of having it, deteriorate the paper further. But what's neat about this book is years ago when I bought it, it has this Jack Kirby signature. Jack the King is gone, so you cannot get his signature anymore. So it's special to have that signature. And then years later, a good friend of mine in Canada attended a convention, and he asked me if I wanted anything. He was a good friend. Well, he is a good friend, and we have been helping each other on our collections. And I couldn't think of anything that he can get for me. But he told me that he was standing in line to see Stan Lee. So if I wanted anything, he would try to get it for me. So I mailed him this book, and he stood in line for me and got me Stan Lee's signature, as you can see. So this is one of the few books, even though it's crappy condition, that have Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's signature. It is, like I said, the second most important book in my collection. It meant a lot to me to have those two signatures. But anyhow, hopefully some of you out there who like to find out what important comic books came out when you were born, check out the link below. I think you'll have fun. And if you want to, post a video reply to this video. And so we all can see what awesome books came out when you were born. Thanks for watching. Bye.